Welcome back, dear viewers, and still with the news from the Sudanese conference early in the day that took place here in Egypt, and the number of people uprooted by a conflict between military factions in Sudan that erupted nearly 3 months ago has surpassed 3 million. This came according to estimates from the International Organization for Migration. The data also showed that more than 2.4 million people have been displaced internally and more than 730,000 have crossed into neighboring countries. And as we said earlier, the President Fattah al-Sisi signed the final communique for Sudan's neighboring countries summit, which kicked off in Cairo early in the day. And to shed more light on the main points of this communique, we are joined over the phone by Ambassador Gamal Bayoumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good, sir. So, sir, the President Fattah al-Sisi issued a final communique of the summit that took place early in the day, and he stressed on the importance of preserving the Sudanese states, its capabilities and institutions, and prevent the disintegration and the spread of chaos in the country. How do you read the final communique?
Very important. It's very good that Egypt, as the host country for the conference,
yes,
is well preparing all the procedures. And the most important is a communique which all the present leaders are agreed upon. And also, it's a very important point that they establish a sort of mechanism to follow up what they will agree upon. This is very good, and I hope that this will lead to stop the war and the civil war in Sudan, and we can convince all the parties in order to come to reason, to sit around a table and negotiating the future of their country and the future of their tribes, to stop this fight between Sudanese and Sudanese themselves. This is, of course, a very sad situation where a sort of a civil war is establishing a very sad situation where millions of Sudanese are displaced and they are trying to find places where they can live in safe, but it's not easy. It's a state of war which we are facing there. The conference up till now, I think it's doing its work, and it is a sort very successful process from the Egyptian diplomacy.
Yes, Mr. Ambassador, also Sudan's neighboring countries summit emphasized the full respect for the sovereignty, unity and territorial integrity of Sudan, besides non-interference in its internal affairs and non-interference of external parties in the crisis in a way that hinders efforts to contain the situation. So how do you see the danger of external interference in the conflict?
As a matter of fact, I was not worried about foreign interference, but now I am worried that the Sudanese themselves, those who are fighting each other, they are thinking to ask for help from several foreign forces. Then the final solution will never be a Sudanese solution. It will be a solution which fits those who are interfering. This is a dangerous situation. That's why we are making a stress on the point that we shouldn't accept or agree that foreign forces would interfere in the Sudanese affair. And we are encouraging the Sudanese themselves to sit in one place and think about the future of their country and agree upon what to do, without any hesitation, without any more war between the Sudanese themselves.
So ongoing conflict in Sudan also has negative repercussions on its neighboring countries. How far does the summit contribute to ending these conflicts that affect neighboring countries and the whole region?
I hope it will help the Sudanese by establishing a process of negotiations.
Yes.
Otherwise, we are flooded with thousands of Sudanese coming to Egypt, and they are not in a safe situation. This is a dangerous position where foreign forces can make use of them.
Yes.
And we hope that we can give them a sort of umbrella to help them feeling that they are in a safe situation, not to abide to any foreign forces to push them here and there against the interests of their own country and the interests of themselves. So we are doing our best, but I must stress that the problem is not that easy. It needs all our care. It needs all the cooperation among the neighbor countries of Sudan.
Yes, Ambassador Gamal Bayoumy, also, if we talk about the economic situation now in Sudan and the crisis they are facing, how can the international community unite to help Sudan to face the economic repercussions of this war?
It's a very sad situation that a country in the size of Sudan and its wealth, especially in agriculture, and even so, they cannot feed themselves, and they need foreign assistance, whether food or medicine or whatever. And Egypt did its part of the situation, sending food, sending medicine, and many things in order to help those who left their own houses and they are nowhere. So, of course, on the bilateral level, we are doing our best. Also on the regional level, I think the Arab League will give a hand. Also, the African Union will help in this concern. Hoping also that the international level, United Nations and its members will help Sudan in order to bring back peace for all the Sudanese.
Yes, so finally, one more question. What is the mechanism that should be adopted by international institutions to implement these recommendations by today's summit?
We already established a sort of mechanism that at ministerial level will be convening every now and then to follow the situation and to watch it. And we shall, of course, invite the Arab League, the African Union, and the United Nations in order to be there to give a hand and to be in full knowledge of what is going on in order to prepare itself and its members to give whatever we need of help for this situation in Sudan.
Yes, I'd like to thank you, Ambassador Gamal Bayoumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Thank you, sir, for being with us.